Hello and welcome to another weekend reading vlog from me. Just gonna move you. Johanna, me, my dog and books. This weekend, after the busyness of last weekend, which wasn't mega busy, it was in Edinburgh, visiting indie bookstores and thrift shops, charity shops, second-hand shops, whichever you call them. I'll link it below if you haven't seen that one yet. And then I was doing loads of chores. This weekend, my plans are very much homebound. Story time. Very bright in here because when I was taking the deckies down, the Halloween deckies, and I had some stuff over the backing of my curtains came down. So I'm currently on the hunt for second-hand curtains. I never buy new curtains because they're very expensive, so all my curtains in this house are second-hand. And I do like a lot of light coming in, and I did contemplate keeping it curtain-free, which the reality of right now, it's a mild autumn day, it would be okay, but then we have winter, and you know, I could probably do in the next 5+ years of replacing my windows, and they do keep in most of the heat, but I think curtains will be required, you know. Cost of living, energy crisis, not heating my home for it to kind of go out the window bits. Didn't need to know that, did you? But I shared it with you anyway. So this weekend, OH is working today. He's up at a golf club because they're doing like a photo shoot. So he has the car. So I'm not be going far today. So what I thought I'd do is talk to you about some books I've just finished or I'm started reading. Might do some baking today. I did vegan cookies last week, which were lovely. And I recommend if you can get almond flour, but I had to use ground almond. So they were interesting. Actually, they were like, we polished them off. So I might make some sort of spiced cinnamon loaf thing, I think. We have takeaway Indian curry for dinner because we got a Just Eat yesterday and there was a deal on, we had a voucher, so we got like a meal deal for 2, which our local Indian restaurant means meal deal for 4, so we've got 2 dinners worth, which is quite good. Tonight we'll probably watch a movie. Got some tidying up to do. I need to do some Bookish content and update my reviews. Might do some Animal Crossing because I've not really spent the time on my island, and some of my lovely friends here and on Instagram and TikTok are much more advanced than me on Animal Crossing. I've got like shops and houses and streets. I'm in a tent with a camp bed, so I need to develop that. Also tomorrow, I have my book group that's been going for 20 years next week, and a couple of our members are in their 70s and one of them was struggling to join online. We've been kind of doing it online, but we meet up in person every kind of couple of months. We've been doing it online since the Panny D days, and because we're a wee bit spread out now. We used to be in person for years, all the time until like 2020, and then but she was having computer problems and her husband aren't great with tech, so we're going to pop round tomorrow and try and sort that out in time for book group. I'll talk to you about the book that I'm reading for book group, which is very different and not one I would normally pick up, but so far it's keeping me engaged. Then I need to go to Waterstones because it's my friend's birthday next week. It's also my birthday month. I must start recording this on a Saturday when Belle, the wonderful black and white greyhound, walks by. Anyway, I'm going to go for a run soon, but I'm going to finish my coffee. I digress, as always. So yes, I want to get them a couple of Stephen King books. They recently got into Stephen King, and one of our book group members passed away earlier this year, and she was my buddy in book group who also loves Stephen King. Everybody else doesn't love him so much, or has not tried him because they deem it kind of more horror or dark thriller. Anyway, my friends got into Stephen King, so I'm going to be indulging their newfound love of the King and sharing on my friends, continuing my friend's love of Stephen King. So I'm just currently finding out from his wife what ones he's got, because I was going to get him 11, 22, 63 and possibly Salem's Lot. I just need to find out if he's got them already and what he's reading. So she's going to check that out for me. He doesn't watch these, so we're all good. And plus this will go up after his birthday anyway. So yes, it's a day of cosy, at home, bookish, crafty stuff with you. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's not too boring for you. This is like the majority of my life. But there are things coming up that you'll be coming with me. So my birthday weekend, I'm going down to see my friends just before my birthday down Northamptonshire. So it's a lovely part of down in England. Is it Midlands? I don't really know. But I'll show you around there. Then we're staying overnight in a plant-based hotel. The waitress sorted that for my birthday, so that's my birthday present. Then I pick up the kids again, the furry ones, on my actual birthday, so that'll be nice. I want to go to the movies anyway, so that's a couple of weeks away. And then at the end of the month, I'm hoping to take you to Glasgow Women's Library. So this is a library in the East End of Glasgow that is focused on, so it's a library and almost like an archive and a museum, because it does a lot of stuff, does a lot of workshops and stuff like that, but they also curate and display a lot of social sort of justice, women's right, feminist archives, both in books but also like from the suffragette movement right through to now. And they are having a feminist festive fair at the end of the month. So I thought that's a prime time to take you along to have a look at that. That'd be at the end of the month. Be going along to the Glasgow Women's Library, and just along from that is one of Glasgow Library's venues. I think it's called the Bridge. No, it's not. Bridgeton Library. I'm not really sure. But I've never been in there and it always looks lovely, so that will be a day that I take you with me. So there are some slightly more exciting things coming up this month, in the month of November. Does anyone else have a birthday in November? Let me know in the comments. I've got a Bookish mug today, but the spooky mugs are still out and they will remain out until the 1st. I get distracted by the dogs that are being walked. On the 1st of the month, when it's replaced by festive mugs. I do indulge in the festivities, but I'm not a big like gift buyer. Over the years we've kind of reduced the amount that we buy for people and don't do cards, apart from maybe like my mum, because she likes a card, and the neighbours, but apart from that we go very low key on the consumerism for Christmas. So it'll be the festivities and the kind of vibe. I'm not, anyways, oh my god, I digress. It's only the start of November, which also had a new tattoo put on my leg yesterday, so I'll show you that later. But in the UK, the 5th of November is Guy Fawkes night, bonfire night. Fortunately, that means a lot of fireworks, so given the 5th is on Tuesday, it means this weekend is going to be firework-tastic, which is not great for nature. Lucy's deaf and has never really been bothered by them. Patty, last year was okay, but at any year they can turn. There's a few dogs in the area that don't deal with it very well, so I'll need to get them walked before that kicks off, which is an early tea time walk. Anywho's, that was a wrong intro ramble chat as per, and I'll catch you later doing some random stuff that was bookish or craft related in the house. So I'm post run, post dog walk, having a quick cereal. It's a mishmash of like shredded wheat and bran flakes with some oat milk. Got another big mug of coffee, mostly decaf by the way, my coffee. And did the usual. Look at this. You don't normally see it as uncluttered as this. Emptied the dishwasher, put other stuff in the dishwasher.
got the washing machine on. I've just paused it just now. I've got that washing it put away. The doggos are staring at me because I'm eating. They've been walked. And while they were on their walk, I was listening to this cosy mystery, which is Pecan Cinnamon Roll Murder. This is like number 24 or something in the Hannah, is it Swanson Cozy Mystery series. I probably stumbled across this series about more than that, 20 years ago or something. Has it been going as long as that? I can't remember. But there was, I think it was the chocolate chip cookie murder was the first one. It's filled with recipes in every other chapter. So if you love baking, and it's a fun, cosy mystery, it's so light-hearted. There's obviously a bit of romance, that's the usual in these things, but nothing spicy at all. And I discovered that I was able to get some of these in my Libby app on the library. And I thought the reason I've just jumped to number 24 is I can never, like, and obviously you get a bit of a catch up and realise there's been relationship things and things have happened in the small town where she runs her cookie shop. Is it the cookie jar? Anywho's, I picked it because the caramel pecan sent, I can't even, it's on the screen. Just gave me autumn vibes, so I've just jumped right in. I'm quite enjoying. I'm going to listen to this while doing some chores. I also was, I've had to put some, I was putting some washing on, and I've got this to try. Don't sponsor it, by the way. Laundry detergent sheets, and it says, like, so I was looking for cruelty free stuff, and it's like a sheet that you put in when you're washing. Smells nice. I think it just dissolves, but it's like environmentally friendly. 100% dissolvable. It smells like fresh blossom. Good housekeeping gear. So, random bit of information for you there. So I'll do some hoovering. Need to clean the bathrooms. I hate cleaning bathrooms. Who else hates cleaning bathrooms? But this audio cozy mystery is going to keep me going, and then we'll get done and we can get showered and changed and sit down and chill with yous with some books. By the way, I've kept up my pumpkins because it's still autumn. I've got Hello Autumn there. This here stays up all year round because it's boo. So does this, because witches are for the all of the year. And I've kept my autumn things, like it's my ambience. The autumn ones are up there. Look how bare this looks. Oh, without the curtains. It is very bright, so I'm liking the brightness that's coming in. So, oh yeah, and like these wee guys stay all year round because, you know, books and ghosts and magic are all year round, not just for spooky season. I'm also going to start another book which I'll speak to you about later. Anyway, I better finish this and get on with the chores. Filmed myself cleaning, but I'm feeling quite productive. Lucy's through there, so I mean the place, don't look here. Subscribe and save deliveries. But cleaned the windows, hoovered the couch, and I'm about to be upstairs. And I must say, listening to this is easy reading, cheesy as anything. There's so many characters, so I don't really know who's done what. There's been a murder, obviously. The end of every other chapter is a recipe, so if you like baking. Yeah, it's just fun. So I feel very productive. The house feels clean, although I do need to, anyone get any recommendations? My mop thing, I used to have one of those mops where you like press the button, right, and it squirted in front and then you mopped ahead. It kind of broke and it was all plasticky and it broke. Anyways, I need another one of those, so also don't want to spend a lot of money on a mop, so if you get any recommendations, let me know. The noise you're hearing is from my witchy shop ambience. But I am liking the brightness that comes in from that window, but you know it's not going to be great without curtains for keeping the heat in, so I'm going to have to get, well, I'm ordering some from Vinted. Looks like the sun might come out, but I need to hoover upstairs, done all the bathrooms, need to hang a washing, and then I might have my lunch, or I'll take the doggos again for the lunchtime walk. But it's not even 1 o'clock yet, and I feel like I've achieved. The bathrooms are clean, washing's done, hoovering downstairs, dusting, all done. This me feels that this afternoon I can chill and read and have a wee chit chat with you. So I'll check in a wee bit. I still haven't showered after my run though, because I'm bogging, so I'll need to do that as well. Oh, it's mid-afternoon on Saturday. I am showered, the place is all clean. Lucy's snoozing over there, Patty's snoozing over there. And I thought I would sit down and attempt the first episode of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So I'm not normally a big reality TV fan. Well, I say that, and I don't say that in a disrespectful kind of way, because if you like reality TV and watch reality TV, I tend not to watch, like the only one I normally watch is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm currently on season 11. And a few people in work were talking about The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, so I thought, maybe I'll give it a wee shot. So after a full day of chores, going for a run, walking the dogs twice. Lucy's so deaf, she doesn't actually hear me talking. You know, she's so out for the count, look at that, she's so cute. Patty's over the corner there. And the OH has been working today. The OH stands for other half. So, yeah, I feel contented. You know that way when you've just had your house all cleaned and it's still left you with a wee bit of time to enjoy an hour or so in the afternoon. So I'll pick up my cross stitch, but I'm feeling a bit sleepy, so I might watch a bit of this and have a nap. But while I was cleaning the house, I finished this cozy mystery. Do you know, it's cheesy. At times you cringe at some of the dialogue, but it was just fun and easy reading, and literally started it the other day, like very briefly. So most of it I consumed through all of my chores today, and that makes doing chores bearable, I have to say. You've got like a cozy mystery or any book on the go that you're enjoying. So yeah, it's number 24, so it does kind of allude to previous stories. So if you want to go in more chronological order, the first one is Chocolate Chip Cookie Murder, I think. I have a couple of copies upstairs in one of my bookshelves because I got into them years ago. And I haven't read one in ages, and it was just quite nice. So enjoy that. It's a very, it's mid-afternoon and I've pretty much got all the lights on because it's been grey all day. So it is. So going to sit and watch some of this. Let me know if you watch any reality TV. If you've watched this or you watch The Real Housewives. I started getting into The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when I was shielding in the early days of the parody. And honestly, it was such a wonderful distraction. And then when life got back to kind of some form of normality, I kind of fell away from it. So I'm back into it. I'm on season 11. So I'm watching that now. But it's the only Real Housewives I've ever watched. So if anyone watches them, I would recommend, if you've watched any of my videos and kind of get an idea of who I am and what I like, let me know if there's any that I should go into, because I think it only goes up to season 13. I mean, that'll keep me busy, especially if I start getting into The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Anyway, this is Cozy Times.
Do it for yourself. Don't even do it for him. Because sex isn't just about the guy. It's about us too, And the more you enjoy it, the more they enjoy it, I don't have that line. I enjoy it plenty. You definitely are. I'm worried about who it's for.
you're married, it's like sex is taboo, but then the second you get married, you're supposed to be this like porn star for your husband.
We know who the real porn star is for their husband.
No! Look at that.
Here we are, a group of women in Mom Talk who can inspire other women to not be ashamed to use a sex toy, I think is very empowering. I just worry that my family would be a bit shocked by me advertising something like this.
Yeah, so I can confirm so far I'm addicted to the secret lives of Mormon wives. Just getting the fire on. It's turned like a damp, cold evening. Got all the, I'm just watching it there. All the lights are on. Lucy's still snoozing there. Can you see? There she is. But I wasn't going to do this today. I was going to do it tomorrow. But, oh, I feel like we're a bit... Is that too bright? Woo! It's very bright. I don't like big lights. But I am gonna bake. So there's a recipe. There's a bread. It's a cake bread. There's a recipe online which is pumpkin spiced bread. But I don't have any pureed pumpkin. So I'm going to make it apple spice bread with my apple puree. So we'll see how that goes. I've just had a nice wee afternoon. Just with no plans and just chilling. I had to stop. I was picking up loads of weeds on my Animal Crossing, but then the battery was getting low, so loads of weeds and mushrooms. I think that's the thing I was supposed to do. I'm a very, 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 very like beginner Animal Crossing player, so any hints and tips, let me know. But I still live in a tent with a camp bed and a lantern and just picking up loads of weeds right now, so I'm at the bottom of the pecking order.
Than to say things that you don't actually mean. So you did the strong thing by walking away. Let's make this a group affair. Guys.
Well, that is the end of Saturday night. I thought I'd have a wee chat with you, so I came to bed. I've got my wee trusty reading light on, so I'm going to have a read. But I might not need it if I read from my Kindle, but I'll speak to you read about. Oh, hold on, I'll let you see my view. Yep, that's Her Royal Highness Lucy Lou. She had slept in a crate for the last 11 years, and just in the last 3 months she decided, no more. I shall sleep up here on your bed. No, we had a bit of a struggle bus to get there, but yeah. And where's your sister, Patty? The lovely Patty lies down here in a wee bed. Look, get your wee bum in. Get your wee bum in. Look. And then in the middle of the night she'll probably come up. Definitely in the morning. Eh? And Lucy then normally... Oh, she's... What's this? She be doing this for a while. Desperate to make a bed, to get comfy. This can go on for a while. Yep. She's a woman on a mission to make the comfiest bed in the land. And goodness knows where the wage is going to go. Oh, Lucy. Oh, the determination. Well, if you can hear like sounds of waves, it's because my Alexa puts it on at 10 o'clock. I just normally go to sleep to it. You know, after this person's calmed down. Honestly. Get the squishmallow out the way. Could be here for at least another 5 minutes, guys. I'm tempted to stop, but this is her routine. Oh, they'll be off. See if she's happy with this, or if she gets up and starts moving it. Nope, nope. Happy about that? Are we happy? I think we might be settled. Yep, we're settled for now. Honestly, that's her routine. That's her routine. She's like, I'm gonna get like, she would do that in her crate, but you know, obviously after all these years, she's decided crate life isn't for her. She wants to come up here. And we went through a while of trying to go, no, sleep in the crate, and there was only about a week of me having to get up in the middle of the night, go down and say, no, be quiet, when she can't hear me. No, stay in your crate. And then I just gave up the will to live. I was like, okay. Probably just as well I'm not a parent. Anywho's, the books I'm going to read. Well, I finished Horror Movie and Caramel Pecan Pole Murder? I spoke to you about that one. I'll speak to you about Horror Movie tomorrow when I percolate my thoughts. In short, I think I was underwhelmed, but I do have a book going on my Kindle and I can't remember the name of it. Do you ever do that with books sometimes, when you're, especially if you're reading on The Last Boat Home? This is the cover. Now, I shouldn't judge books by its cover, but I do, and I wouldn't normally have picked this up. However, it is my book group book for this month. My book group is on Thursday, so I think it was out like, I think it's free on Kindle or it's Kindle Unlimited, and I'm 20% in. And I actually only started it yesterday, so I'm getting on with it pretty well. I would say I had no idea what it was about going in. So what I've sussed out so far is there's two timelines. We've got a timeline in 1939, 1940, so the beginning of the Second World War, and then a kind of more modern day timeline, which modern day in my head, right, but it's the mid-90s, 95 or something. And in the past timeline, we have two characters called Daisy and Alfie, who kind of meet just before, I think it's set in the Channel Islands. And obviously then you've got the Nazis occupying parts of Europe and things. And Daisy and Alfie are a relatively kind of new couple, and the prospect of him having to go to war is that story. Then you've got modern day, the 95, where I think it's Felicity and I can't remember her husband's name. Don't think I'm on that section just now. Can't remember. But he works for, I don't know if it's or he volunteers or works, or if, I don't know, but Either way, let's just say works for the RNLI, the Royal Navy Lifeboat. Basically like the emergency lifeboat people. And he goes diving and stuff as well. So he's very much in, so it's a very much a coastal life. And he goes diving, and I think it's at the diving part he goes missing. And we discover he's passed away. And so his wife Felicity is just not really coming to terms with that very well. And I think there's a link between Felicity and Daisy in the 1939-40s, and that might be her grandmother. I'm not 100% sure, because I'm only 20% in. I don't know how the stories connect, but certainly, obviously the title, The Last Boat Home, is ringing some bells here. So, well, ringing some bells as in, okay, there was definitely a boat sea scenario there, and obviously I think there's a similar thing happening in 1940 where we are in the past. Is it Felicity and is it Peter? Can't remember. Anyway, it's an easy read. I'm finding it a very interesting mix of historical and kind of fiction. I was a bit worried when I started it, thinking, oh, I don't want it to be kind of a bit of a romance, because that's how Daisy and Alfie meet, but it's not really so far anyway. So I'm either going to be reading that, or I probably will read that. I'll switch lights off and read it, because that's a good thing about the Kindle. But I do want to start this. We Used to Live Here by Marcus Kliewer. So in this one, we have a young couple who basically are like, can't believe they got an absolute deal on this kind of, I think it's an old Victorian house or something. I'm maybe making that bit up. An old house in a beautiful remote neighbourhood nestled in the mountains, right? And one day a guy knocks on the door of their new house. And this guy claims that this is the house he grew up in, or he used to live here. And he really wanted to show them his family around. Would that be okay? And the new owners of the house basically are people pleasers. And they're like, aye, on in. No. And let's just say that's not what they should have done. That's all I know. Because strange starts to happen. And that's all I know. That's all I want to know. Apparently, what does it say? Yeah, so apparently this, because I was reading a bit about the author, right? And I said apparently that We Used to Live Here began as a serialised short story on Reddit. Where it won the Scariest Story of 2021 award on the No Sleep Forum, which has 18 million members. Never heard of it. That was meaning. And then the film rights were snapped up by Netflix, and it was acquired by Simon & Schuster in the US for publication, even before it had been extended into a full-length novel. The author lives in Vancouver in Canada. So I've been hearing good things about this. So I shall either start this before I fall asleep, or as soon as I wake up in the morning. So I'll check in with you later. Anyway, hope you didn't mind me with my wee bedtime chat. Might have been better without that, Onnie. Might have been a bit slightly softer lighting for you. Meanwhile, it was just like blaring in your eyes. That was a bit late to think of that. Anyway, I'll probably last all of 30 seconds reading and then wake up at my usual 5 AM. So I'll see you on the flip side. It's Sunday. And it's not a dreich day outside. It's just all grey and rainy. Yeah. But I have my porridge with oat milk on, and going to have that, then take the doggos out for a walk. Then I'm going to my book group member's house to try and fix, see me, David's coming with me, the OH other half.
He's come with me to try and fix their tech because they're a bit older, they're in their 70s, and tech is not their friend, so try to sort their computers so that when we do our Zoom or Google Meet book group meeting on Thursday, she can join in okay without any issues, because they were having sound issues. And I think it's their computer, because we could see and hear her and she could see us but not hear us. So we tried over her online meeting to help, but it didn't work. She had to come off, so it was a shame. So we're going to try and fix that. Then I need to go to Waterstones because it's my friend's birthday during the week and I want to get him 2 Stephen King books. But given how close it is to, you know, the festive hours, I am going to go later in the day, because if I go mid-afternoon to an out-of-town shopping centre this close to the Christmas, it'll just be carnage. So I'll go about 4 or 5 when it'll hopefully be quieter. I don't do busy. So what did I start later? But this is a cover. The Wand Keepers. Oh, I got some stuff sent to me. She does, like, dear Johanna, thank you so much for reading. So this, right, Tiffany McDaniel is one of my favourite authors. She wrote my favourite book of 2023, which was On the Savage Side. And she wrote a book which will definitely be my top 5 for 2024, which was Betty. Betty was more historical, I say historical fiction, it's kind of based on her mum's life. Her mum's called Betty. Non-stop trauma. On the Savage Side is fiction, but it's inspired by some true crime. Amazing. And this one is completely different. It is middle grade in a magical world called The Wand Keepers, a sky full of dragons. So actually I think it's only out in the US, so I had to like eBay. Managed to find so if you're in the UK, there's a eBay seller who was selling it at like normal book price. Like, no, I didn't have to pay over the odds to get it, thanks to my friend that I'm buddy reading it with who told me about it. So I've started that, and we have this magical world by Aunt. So we meet Aunt Cauldron Eyes, who lives in a magical house, and she makes magic hats. And she adopted Spella when she found her in a cauldron. So it's that kind of world. I'll talk to you about it later, but so far I'm like, I adore Tiffany McDaniel's writing. I will literally read her shopping list. And because she found out when she shared a reel about it, like her new book, I shared it, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to read. She sent me this card and it says, Dear Johanna, thank you so much for reading. Love, Tiffany. And then she gave me this signed plate to put in my book, which says, to the great witch Johanna. And then I got this witch's hat that now makes total sense because it started, I was like, I don't know what. So that hat, and then this here, the school list for first wands. This just reaffirms how Tiffany McDaniel is absolutely the sweetest, most wonderful, talented author on the internet right now. So I'm going to start getting into that. I had a cosy day yesterday, so those are my 2 main plans. Oh, I never showed you my bacon. It turned out magnificently. It's already been eaten. We had it with vegan custard last night. This is my, still in, look, if it could only be smell-o-vision, smell it. It smells of cinnamon, allspice, cloves, and it is did I tell you what I was making? Spiced apple and walnut loaf. So that's getting it today. So I might make something else tomorrow. It's not on the agenda today, but today I am making a new, I might show you later when I'm making it. It's a new gusto called, look at this one, looks quite good. Hearty meat-free minced carrot and mustard pie. Looks like a proper Sunday dinner, doesn't it? So I've got the ingredients for that, so I'm going to give that a bash. We plug you in. It's me and my really high tech filming technology. Just my phone. Works, doesn't it? I'd love like a proper camera, but I can't afford it. So you're stuck with this. I don't mind. I don't mind. Anyway, so Kate will be being bad. I might take it over to Roberta's, see if she likes it. And she can have a slice. That's my book group thing. For which we're reading that book I told you about last night. So I better get going because I need to leave in 35 minutes and I haven't had my breakfast or walked the doggos. Better do that now. So I've sorted, well I say me, David sorted the OH. All the tech at my friend's book group member friend's house earlier on today. And then we came home, I had my lunch and indulged in more secret lives of Mormon wives. Anyway, so I've left it and then I've just walked the dogs and driven to the out of town shopping centre so I can go to Waterstones for my friend's birthday present. I've kind of left it till, what is it, it's nearly 4 p.m, so we get dark soon, but I could just not, I mean it's already still pretty busy in the car park. I just couldn't bear coming like earlier when it would just be so rammed. You know what it's like in the weeks before Christmas and shopping centres. Idea of HELL. Anyway, I'm going to take you into Waterstones and have a wee nosy. We're specifically going for 2 Stephen King books for my friend's birthday. Taking fizzy water. Back from Waterstones. I was very, very restrained. I only got the books for my friend's birthday. Currently making dinner.
I think I like Stephen Graham Jones.
And watching BookTube.
He writes.
This is a dinner I'm making.
How I
Look.
write. Would not like to compliment myself, like I would be a good writer. But like as far as thoroughness and explanation.
Making that just now. So this is fake meat. This is it here. Look, I've never had this before. So it is a meat-free minced carrot and mustard pie. So I've got the carrots and the onion and the bay leaf on here. I've got potatoes over here. I think I need to add this in. That's the fizzy water making. Isn't it, David? You said, I've not made mince. Like, this looks like actual mince. It's a wee bit freaky. Why do I spill stuff all the time? Oh, I'm burn myself. So, in this boiling water, it looks gross, doesn't it? It's whole grain mustard and so you used to call that Worcestershire sauce. So that needs to go in there. And then, I don't know what else is going in this one. 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'll just put a wee bit. That wasn't exactly 2 teaspoons. Lucy is keenly watching, as you can see. Now, I'm supposed to brown this, I think. This is weird, David. This is weird. Look, it looks like actual meat. Look. How many years is it since we've had mince? 7? 8? I can't remember. I don't know if the potatoes are ready yet. Let's check. I don't think they are because I've only got them in the small hob here, which was a mistake. The reason I got this from Gusto is because I thought it seemed like a nice Sunday meal. So after this, well, I'll show you the 2 books that I got my friend. Well, that's Browning. I got. He's only just got back into Stephen King, as I mentioned. So I got this one, which is one of my favourites. Salem's Lot. Now made into a motion picture, but I haven't heard good things about it. I've got Mr. Mercedes, which is part 1 of a really good dark thriller trilogy. I've got my bookmark with his initial on it. And a birthday card. Old. Just translation Scottish for old. So I'm sending that tomorrow. And I got the Waterstones points for getting that. So that was good. And Lucy was just noticing. Can I sit down? Good girl. Right, I think we need to add in veg stock. Only one. So, after dinner tonight, OH has found a game. What's the game on, David? On the telly? Oh. Basically, it's an online escape room where you play for 90 minutes, like 1 to 6 players, you said, didn't you, David? And you play and try and escape. Obviously, it's the principle of an escape room. If you can hear banging, it's the fireworks still going on. That'll be fireworks every night when it's dark until at least 2 days after Guy Fawkes, which is on the 5th of November. I think something else pretty important happens on the 5th of November this year, right? Actually, by the time you see this, it'll have done, and God knows where we are in the world. Not getting into that. But yeah, if you can hear banging, that's what it is. Thankfully, Lucy's deaf and Patty doesn't seem to mind, but there are dogs in the neighbourhood who don't like it. Think about nature too. I think just, get silent fireworks or ones that don't damage the planet, please. Anywho's. What's the game called? Haunted something? No, Hall. Can't remember. Anyway, I'll tell you either later tonight or tomorrow. What? Hallows Hill. Hallows Hill. I know I'm using a tissue to try and clear this near a lighted flame. I'm sure it'll be okay. Anyway, so this all goes. So I need to add this. Ooh. At a high heat for 3 to 4 minutes. Return the cooked potatoes to a medium heat. Alright, I need to wait till they're cooked and then add half the rosemary, mash them, lightly crush the fork. Don't press too hard because we don't want them as like mash. I think that goes on top. It's like a potato, like boiled potato, not full mash but part crush. I think. Put rosemary on it. Got like cabbage as well. Well, it says like greens, but I think I need to fire them. I don't think the wheat will have that. Anyway, I'll let you know how I get on. So wait till you see this before I put it in the oven. Look! So it's the mash. David, how's it looking? It's like part. Getting the thumbs up. So this goes, so it's like not full mash, but you kind of part mash potatoes with the skins on, and then there's rosemary on the top, and then there's the stuff. The bit that goes in the pie bit. And then this goes in the oven for 20 minutes. Lissy is just supervising down here. 20 minutes. Oh, it's hot in this kitchen. It's getting hot in here. Lissy's not impressed with the singing. She's waiting for anything to drop, as is Patty Cakes, who is right there waiting. She's been waiting so long she's now lying down. Bless her. Bless her, bless her, bless her. So I'm going to get this all tidied up and make their kongs for dinner, because they get kong with peanut butter, some biscuits normally, but we've got the tops and tails of the carrots left, so I'm going to put that in their kong with peanut butter. We love it, don't you? Got their kongs ready. I've been watching Victoria on BookTube. Lucy's waiting for her kong, and here is our pie. It's got a side of peas. I've got leafy greens. The OH didn't want it. I've got my fizzy water. It is time for dinner. You don't see me properly because we switched all the lights out. Well, mostly. Like, can't even see the OH because we're about to play this game. I'll stand down there. You can't actually see me. We're about to play what was it called again, David?
Hallows Hill.
Hallows Hill. It's an online escape room. Yeah. Where are we going? We have to save Mary. That's our choice. Guys, this is getting creepy. It's Monday. I have Lippy Lou sitting next to me. We've had a productive morning, haven't we, Lucy? Been a run, done my yoga, walked the doggos, put all the Halloween deckies, apart from the pumpkins. I've left my pumpkins and my like autumn leaves. And oh look, I'm waiting for curtains to arrive. My blind is there, I've just got it right up so the daylight can come in. And Patty is away with her daddy. Took her out, he's working in his office, not from home today. And he took her with her because he's just in himself. So I was like, take one of them with you. So, me and Lucy Lou. I've showered, done my hair. My hands were so dry, it's ridiculous. And I've been doing... I'm on the second last episode of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It's, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to unpick in this, man. The privilege, the misogyny, the coercive control of some of the men. Oh, honestly, there's a lot to unpick. But I wanted to talk to you about some books. I can't remember if I spoke to you about this one. I finished it on Halloween or the 1st of November maybe. And I was really looking forward to this. It's kind of like found footage sort of trope, horror trope. But there's 2 timelines now and then, and we have the story of basically the last sort of person who was involved in this film called The Horror Movie that never quite made it. And they're wanting to make a reboot because it never quite got the light of day. I was so excited for this. It just felt really underwhelming. I felt like something was missing. I wasn't scared at all. I just didn't get it. But I have heard a few people have read it on audio and really enjoyed it. So, sorry Paul Tremblay, I think you're a bit of a hit and miss with me. And then when I was on my run, I started this, Fright Watch Collectors. So, you see now I'm going to get hand cream all over. So this is book 2 of the Fright Watch series by Lorien Lawrence. This is a really fun, say, middle grade horror. It's quite spooky, so you follow the first one. I highly recommend. We follow 2 cool, are they 13? Yeah. 2 cool main characters. You get Quinn Parker, who has I think she's recently moved to Goody Lane. Anyway, she teams up with local neighbourhood boy Mike when they discover that there's something really weird about the oldies that live in Goody Lane. Like, they don't age. Like, are they vampires? Are they what? When she reflects back on the fact that, like, if her dad was here, he's no longer here, that the 2 of them would try and, like, figure out what was wrong with the oldies. Are they vampires? Are they aliens? Are they getting secret experimental surgeries? So this is a fun one and I really enjoyed it. And then this is book 2, which is another story, but it does follow on from the oldies in Goody Lane. And then we have a whole new called The Ladies in White Want You to Join Their Family Forever. So that's kind of the next one. And then the one after that, this one is Unmasked. But I don't think it's out in paperback yet, so I've not got it. So I started reading this on my run. On audio, of course, not reading it. And then I have been... I don't want to get my hand cream all over this. Coupe de Grâce. I don't know. It's Coupe de Grâce. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. Which I googled, and Coupe, it means coup, pronounced Coupe de Grâce. Coupe de Grâce. Noun, a death blow or death shot administered to end the suffering of one mortally wounded. It's quite a small, it came in my horror box. It's a little novella. So I was on here, I'll show you, making a reading tracker for me and my 2 horror loving book buddies, because we're going to read this week. I have no idea what it's about. Someone said that it is a mashup of, what did they call it? Hold on. Mashup of the book No Exit and another one, both of which I haven't read, so I've no idea what it's about. It does say No Hope, No Exit on the cover. I'm just checking. I don't know what's happening with my laptop. got my rooibos tea. So today I do actually plan on, doing some more content, bookish content. I want to record Wednesday's video, which you'll see before this one, and I'm thinking I'm going to do non-fiction November, so I'm going to do some non-fiction book recs for you. I don't know if anyone wants that, but I'll try it and see what happens. Anyway, I was saying that this book is apparently part No Exit, part House of Leaves, neither of which I've read. And I'll not read the full blurb, but I'll say because see, when it's a novella as short as this, I kind of really don't want to know what I'm going into. But it says, a terrifying psychological nightmare from a powerful new voice in horror is Sofia Ajram. And it's blurbed by loads of people. Sorry, look, I thought it's because, see this hand cream? It's actually not hand cream, that's the problem, because I have the proper hand cream in my bag, but this is like a body balm. And it's just like, it's quite crazy. So those are what I'm reading just now. I'm reading The Last Boat Home for book group, which is, I thought it was on Thursday, it's on Friday. And it's alright. It's not really my kind of book. I think it's, you know, you've got the set in two timelines, 1990, mid-90s, and also like start of the Second World War. And you have two kind of main female characters who you start to realise have either, well, not a big spoiler, either like Daisy, who is in wartime, her husband is either missing in action or dead as part of like recent fighting in Dunkirk. But pretty quickly there's like a French soldier nearby who's helping her try and understand if he, or try and help to find out if he is actually missing, can't be found, or the worst. But also with an eye on waiting until, you know, to make her realise that he has probably died and she'll grieve, and then he'll be there for her, which feels a bit icky. And then modern day, you've got Felicity, whose husband Peter worked for the Royal sort of Navy Lifeboat Association, like with, you know, the boat people that go out and rescue, like Coast Guards. And he also was a diver, and he went diving and there was an accident and he's died. And so she's grieving as well and goes to somewhere in France with a couple friends, and she was like, this is really lovely, I think I just need some time on my own. So they go travelling other parts of their holiday and she stays there, and then meets this guy, French guy, in a bakery, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, here's another romance which seems to be blooming with another French guy, all a bit quickly after the loss of said husbands. In my opinion, it feels a bit not my kind of thing, but I'm halfway through, so I'm going to continue, see where it takes me. And what else am I reading? I haven't started We Used to Live Here yet. Oh, but I'm reading the one by Tiffany McDaniel, both of which are upstairs. But yeah, I'll check in later just to finish off to this weekend's vlog, which has been a relatively cosy, quiet one at home. So I hope you haven't been too bored with my chatter. Oh, talking about quiet, cosy one at home. Last night we did play the escape room thing online, and it was so much fun. It was actually so much fun. I'm not a big game player, like generally, and the thought of an escape room in real life is just not appealing, but this was creepy fun, and it took us like 129 minutes. So, and we pay, you know, you pay to play it, and then David hooked it up to the screen, but it was fun. We had fun. It was a wee change from just sitting and watching a movie. So I'll put a link to it below, because it's Hallow Hills is what it's called, so in case anyone's interested in playing an online escape room. So it's just me and Lucy Lou here to sign off this weekend's reading vlog, mainly because Patty's still at work with her dad, and Lucy's been hanging with me, haven't you, Lucy? So we spent the afternoon pretty much recording Wednesday's video, which will be non-fiction November Rex. So link it below in case you're interested. We also filmed some TikToks too for during the week. And we finished The Secret Lives of Mormon Lives. No, Secret Lives. That's a whole other show. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. We finished that, didn't we, Lucy? You've been snoozing. It's getting dark already because it's 3:45 and it's that time of year. And I've just got a wee toasty snack in the oven just to tide me over for tea time. So thank you for watching another rambling weekend vlog. There wasn't much on this weekend, so I hope you weren't too bored watching my general home life, a bit of cooking, a bit of baking. We did go to a bookstore and I've talked to you about some books. I am going to continue reading my book group book. I don't think I'm going to love it though. It's not my kind of book, but that's what book group's for, to read books, all of the different kinds of books. So we'll see how I go on with that. I've got a whole bunch of books to return to the library now, so I was sorting them out earlier. And next weekend, what are we doing? We're getting our hair cut. So I'm thinking I'll still keep growing it, because if you saw me on my January video, my very first booktube, my hair was up to here because I was growing it out of the pixie cut I've had. So this is the longest I've had it in, no word of lie, about 3 decades. So I'm kind of eager to just keep growing it and see what happens. So it'll just be a tiny trim, and then we're going to the south side to meet a friend for coffee. So I'll let you see the coffee and cake down that end and maybe have a wee nosy in the charity shops. And then on the Monday, might have to go and get some vouchers for, you know, the big C that's coming in a few weeks' time. Anywho's, let me know what you're all reading. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I've mentioned in the video today. And also, let me know what your weekend plans are. What are you up to? Are you having a quiet one or you got a busy one? And me, Lucy and Patty will join you next weekend for another weekend reading vlog and more bookish chat, some ramblings of my weekend. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to see some chores, who knows, but we'll hopefully, oh, Lucy's just spotted a neighbour and thinks she's going to bark. Watch her. It's okay, it's the new neighbours, we like them, I think. Unconfirmed, but so far so good. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, for liking, and if you subscribe, thank you so much, and for any comment, I'm much appreciated. So until next time, I'll see you in another bookish video. Ta-ra for now.